Hello, everyone, and welcome to this evening segment of At the Table with Yeshua. Today is Monday, June 28th, 2021. I wanted to come on here and share with you what the Lord had laid, basically put in my spirit on Saturday. It was actually two parts. It was actually Thursday evening, and then Saturday afternoon, morning into afternoon, when I was spending time in prayer with Yeshua. And so there were a couple of places that Yahweh, a couple of continents that Yahweh wanted me to relay warnings to. So that's what we'll be talking about today. This video is going to be in two parts. In this first video, we are going to be talking about China. And then the second one, we're going to be talking about two countries in Africa. So just bear with me, okay? Okay, so in this first one, we are talking about specifically, I heard Ming, China. Now, for those of you that are familiar with history, there was a Ming dynasty in China back in the, was it 1300s or so? But long story short, Yahweh said Ming, China, and he said, they need me. Now I began to, once he said that, I began to have questions in my mind about Ming, China itself and what exactly was going on. And I asked him, I said, what's going on there? And Yahweh said, rituals, ungodly. He said, pagan practices. He said, blood of the innocent. Now, for those of you that are familiar with China's history, when it comes to the population, China had a way of controlling their population, which some years ago they claim to have stopped this practice, but we never know what goes on behind closed doors. For those of us that are not in China, we have no idea exactly what goes on. The government can say one thing, but Yahweh knows all. And so what they would do is they would control the population by aborting the female child. So as you know, if you are familiar with the Chinese culture, sons are considered good luck because they carry on the father's name, the family's name, whereas daughters go and marry into another family. And usually it's the son that comes back to take care of his parents and so on. So for a long while, for years, they were aborting the female child or female children from each family. So I heard Yahweh say, aborted daughters, they cry out to me. So he said, in reference to the blood of the innocent, he's talking about these aborted children, these aborted baby girls, these aborted Chinese baby girls he said, they cry out to me. And I asked Yahweh, I said, Abba, that's, for those of you that know, that's what I call him. I said, Abba, what do we do? He says, stop them. So I'm not sure so much as this is something that's still going on. I mean, of course, Yahweh knows all things. So I'm not going to question him, in his warnings. That's not my place. My place is to deliver exactly what messages he gives me to deliver. He knows what's going on behind the scenes. So all we can do is take heed to the warnings, pray about them, pray that China comes into submission of the Holy Spirit and they give their lives over to Yahweh, and he can, of course, turn things around. He said, stop them. When I asked, what do we do? He said, they're hurting the children by not teaching them my ways. He said, they're drowning them. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he meant by that, but he said it. And I said, what can we do, Abba? He said, pray and warn. He said, they don't worship me. Then he mentioned idol worship. He said, they disobeyed me. I have warned them. That's what he said. And I asked him, I said, is judgment coming to this nation, to the nation of China? And he said, much. He said, they will see who I am. I am displeased. So for those of you that have questions, comments, concerns regarding Yahweh's message to Yahweh's warning to China, I admonish you, I encourage you to ask Yahweh for yourself. Don't direct the questions to me. I only know as much information as he gives me. There are times when I ask Yahweh a lot of questions to open up the conversation even more, to open up my understanding even more. And he tells me things. I will be in prayer about this nation, because it is sad. You know, I did hear of a lot of these things in years prior. Of course, if you look it up like I had done, you know, I had looked it up too, especially concerning the aborted daughters. I did look up that information when Yahweh said it, but of course, you know, the government over there is stating that that is something that they no longer practice, that is something that they're no longer doing. However, Yahweh knows all. So at the end of the day, they could be telling us one thing and doing another. And if you severely trust China, then that's a whole nother story. But please, please, please be in prayer for China. Be in prayer for the people in China. They need it. Yahweh said judgment is coming to that nation. They need prayer now more than ever, because in these last days, Yahweh is pouring out his judgment left and right on nation after nation. And our nation isn't exempt. But in this particular video, this is what he wanted me to basically warn China about. So for those of you, our Christian brothers and sisters that are in China, please be in prayer. Be in prayer. Seek Yahweh with all your might. Be in prayer for mercy for my brothers and my Christian brothers and sisters here in the United States and around the world. Please be in prayer for China and for these other nations that Yahweh has laid in my spirit for me to issue warnings about. Time is winding up. And Yahweh is not playing in these last days. He's never been a God to play with. Never. But with time winding up and time being shortened and Yahweh is soon to return for his people, these last days are winding up quicker and quicker. And I mean, they're going by fast. I mean, just yesterday, you know, literally it seemed like it was Thursday, you know. So, and I can only reflect back on that because that was the first day of my vacation. So, all I'm saying is we have to be ever so vigilant when it comes to praying concerning these warnings that Yahweh is sending forth. He's sending them forth for a reason, not just to be talking. If you've, my mother showed me what's actually going on over there in China, what happened. I believe it was yesterday. The enormous size hail and everything else that is going on over there. Someone named it apocalyptic type of storms that are happening over there in China. And it's simply Yahweh's judgment being handed down. It is. It's not an issue of global warming. It's not an issue. He is trying to get their attention. The same way when storms happen here. You know, it's Yahweh's judgment. It really is. You know, people just pass off, say, oh, that's just nature. Oh, it's just a remnant of global warming. Oh, this is happening because of this. And scientifically, you can break down as to why these things are happening. But in all actuality, Yahweh is allowing them to happen for a reason. He is trying to get people's attention. And the problem is that they're not taking heed to what his warnings are. So what more than a natural disaster could get someone's attention? You know what I mean? So please be in prayer for China. I'm going to close out this video and I'm going to continue on with the other one that is about two countries in the continent of Africa. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. Please stay tuned. Thank you.